Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Christie Aphrodite of Soul Journeys Radio and myteressence.net, and I'm just going to share with you one of my favorite winter dishes. Really good for your heart, circulation, stimulate digestion, stimulate stomach secretions and intestines and such. I don't really know what to call it, but it's super delicious and pretty easy and quick to make as well. How about if we call it stewed ginger tomatoes and spaghetti squash? So first we're going to start with the spaghetti squash. Big, beautiful, delicious angels. You're going to want to cut this in half, which kind of hard to do, but you can do it. See? Even I can do it. So you might have to do it in pieces, but it's kind of like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Alright. So it's easier to actually cut it and bake it ahead of time rather than wait till after it's baked, because it just cooks quicker. You're going to want to pull out the seeds, or as much as you can. So, here we go. And, you know, if you're like me, save those seeds because it's almost spring. So we'll just scoop out what we can here. Look at that. Look how many more spaghetti squashes I have here coming. Alright. And we're doing this first because we're going to bake it. And when it's cut in half, it'll probably take around 30 minutes, set at 350 on your oven. So what you want to do, okay, now that we got that mostly cleaned out, we are going to stick them cut side down into the pan, and we're going to fill it with about ½ inch of water. And that'll keep it from burning and get the steam going. And we're going to want to cover it with some foil. I guess I forgot to get that. So that's about it right there. Yes, I reuse my foil. In fact, I used this one last time. Alright, so we're just going to stick this in the oven. And in the meantime, we got some veggies to chop and grate. Okay, so oven's at 350 and it's approximately 30 minutes, but you'll know when it's done, when it gets a little soft. And anyways, the spaghetti squash is so cool, it's going to come out like noodles and taste delicious and everything. In fact, you can do this on pasta, you can do this with just pita bread, you can do it, even throw it on a salad. It's absolutely delicious. Okay, so we got our tomatoes handy, our onions, garlic, and ginger. And that's pretty much it for the vegetables. For herbs, I like to add cumin, turmeric, a little bit of curry, sea salt, cayenne, and a dash of oregano. So we're gonna peel away. Woohoo! And all of these, like I said, they're heart healthy herbs, so they're excellent for heart conditions. And I know it's funny, people with heart conditions say, oh, I can't have tomatoes, or I can't have onions, or I can't have garlic, but they're actually missing the healing effects from it. It's not the tomatoes that are giving you indigestion, or it's not the garlic, it's the other crap that you ate with it, the cheeseburgers. And so it will, you know, kind of make stuff come back up a little. And again, with the garlic, just to make it easier to peel. Oops, there we go. So I'm not really smushing it too much. And we're actually not going to chop it up real fine. It's going to be pretty chunky, I suppose. And you can actually chop the ginger as well, but I'm going to grate it, and it just kind of permeates it really good. And by the way, if you do decide to make this, make enough for at least 2 to 3 servings, because today it's going to be delicious. Tomorrow it's going to be out of this world. The next day it's going to be out of this galaxy. It's just so freaking fantastic. I don't know how it happens. you know, like spaghetti sauce and stuff is always better the next day, salsas, but this just, I don't know, gets even better than that. So definitely make enough to share and for leftovers. And of course this is my little compost container. So nothing goes to waste here. I like a lot of garlic, but you know, this is, let's see, 1, 2, 6 big tomatoes, so I would use at least a bulb of garlic. But again, use, you know, if you don't like as much garlic or ginger, or you like more, you know, please feel free. Okay, so now the garlic's all chopped up. Like I said, it's not going to be finely minced or anything, kind of choppy. I like those chunks, at least for this dish anyways. Alright. So, it's, you know, they're chunks, of course. If you don't like chunks, feel free to make them smaller. I just think for this particular dish, I like the chunks. Whoops. Alright, and kind of same with the onion here. And by the way, I have some dog food on the stove as well right now. So I guess I can show you that, but I may have talked about this in a previous video, but what to do with like your juice pulp and such. You can make a, you can use it for your dog food. That's one of the things. In the future I'll do further videos on that. But the onion, same thing as the garlic. I like just kind of bigger chunks, so I just usually do it in about 6s and then cut it in half. So then you'll get that nice sweet flavor when everything goes together. So, oops. So just put this all in here because we won't need this right away. Alright, and then for the ginger, I guess if you can cut this up in chunks, I like to grate it. So we are going to grate it. Ooh, I can taste it already. Let's see how much. Oh, you know what? More. Can't go wrong with ginger. Okay, I think that's looking about right. Feels right. Oh, whoops. We're saving this bowl for the tomatoes. Okay, so now on to the tomatoes. You know, just take out the little stem here, and you know, if there's any unsightlies or that you don't want in there. And same with the tomatoes. I like the big chunks, so I usually do about a 6 and cut it like the onions. And we're not going to cook them like all mushy and stuff. It's probably about halfway here. And this is perfect to do while the spaghetti squash is in the oven. In fact, we'll probably have time to spare. Nice and juicy. Woohoo! All right. So, yeah, I'm just going to kind of cut actually these are pretty big, so I'll cut them in 4 wedges and then cut them in half. And, you know, you can leave them big and whole if you like, you know, whatever you like. This is just how I like to do it, and cooking is an art. It is a way to use your creativity and magic, so whatever feels right to you, whatever you like, do it. This is just, you know, a guideline for a nice, healthy, and hearty winter meal. Alrighty, so, alright, now that we got the tomatoes, we are going to move over to the oven. Okay, tomatoes all done, so we're going to go over to this stove, and I like to use coconut oil. You can use butter or whatever oil you're fine with. But anyways, we're just going to turn it on about medium lowish. And get some coconut oil going on to saute the onions, garlic, and ginger. I think that looks like a good amount. And essentially right now we are just going to throw in the onions, garlic, and ginger and kind of let these saute. Not too much. I don't want it, it's not like you're making a soup and you want it to disappear. I mean, I still want to be able to bite into these things. Okay, so just kind of stir it around and make sure it all gets cooked up evenly. Okay, and I think that's taken, what, like 10 minutes to chop that stuff, so this definitely isn't done, but give it a little check. Nope, still hard. Okay. So I'm just going to put a lid on it and go clean a floor or something. In the meantime, this is how I start my dog food, by the way. I get some bones, whether it's chicken or pig, you know, sometimes they have pig feet, or, I mean, if you can afford like a full-on, you know, a whole chicken or a nice roast or something like that, then go for it. I'm kind of poor around here, so these are actually chicken backs, but I'll use livers, gizzards. In fact, she just ate some gizzards, and anyways, this is going to boil all night so we can get all the nutrients out of that, and then this goes in with her food, but I'll probably save all of that process for another video. Alright, so let's check how my beautiful onions and garlic and everything are doing. Woo, looking good. So, yeah, you don't want to cook it till it's translucent or anything, or at least I don't for this particular dish. So, that's looking about right. And then we're going to add the tomatoes. Wee-haw! Woo, I can't wait for dinner. Alright. Okay, so kind of the same thing, you know, we're just going to leave it on medium-low and let the tomatoes get a little soft, and, you know, all the juice will come out, and Okay, stir that up, and now we're going to add the seasoning. So, sea salt. Definitely. I could use a little more maybe. And cumin. Add some cayenne. Add some little oregano. Some turmeric. I love turmeric because it hardly has any flavor, so you could literally add it to anything. And a little bit of curry. So this will definitely get our digestive juices flowing and our heart pumping. So just kind of stir it all in and let it all soak up together, stew in its own juices. And then we'll probably go clean a floor or something in the meantime. Check on the squash, and we'll just put a lid on. And there you go. Super, super easy. It's literally just chopping vegetables, bake a squash, and boom. And really warm, hearty, and healthy, and delicious. Alright. Let's check on the squash here. It's getting a little bit soft, so you can kind of gauge it like that. I mean, obviously you don't want it squishy like a peach, but you'll notice when it gets soft, and chances are it's ready to take out. But I'd say we've got another 10 minutes or so. So we will take a break. Alright, checking on our delicious stewed tomatoes. Look at this. Oh man, all that beautiful, delicious tomato juice. And so this is coming along nicely. I'm going to just give it a little taste and make sure it's to my liking. Hot but delicious. Yeah, perfect. Let's see, so just test it for spices. Do you need any more of anything, or... Oh my god, delicious. I am going to add a little more sea salt though. Oh yeah, flavors are coming out nice. Garlic and cayenne. Alright. Stir that all together. Okay, and then I guess it's about time to check. Turn that nice and low, because I don't want it really cooked much more than that. And then we'll check the squashy. Oh yeah, nice and soft. Perfect. Alright, so squash is ready to go. Okay. So this is looking, ooh, and it's hot. So, you know what? Let's just do it like this. Boom. Alright. Boom. Okay. So see how nice and mushy and delicious it is? It just, oh man, melts. So I'll get the rest of the seeds out. Oops. Right now. Okay, this is looking delicious. Alright, so now spaghetti squash. Look how fun this is. We're just going to hold it here and take a fork and just go like that. Boom. And look at all those beautiful noodles. Just nature's pasta. Isn't that amazing? So we can either plate it with, the squash and then put the sauce on top, or you can put all of the squash in with that. Which I actually usually do that, or actually, first time I eat it, I just put it on the plate and put the sauce on top, but ultimately I end up throwing it all in the pan, so let's do that, because I'm hungry. Okay, we're going to take some of this. Look at all that. Nature's pasta. Excellent. And you know what? The seeds actually taste good too. They're kind of sweet. Just like pumpkin seeds. Any of the squash seeds are really good, especially, God, I can't wait for my garden. It's almost spring. But yeah, super sweet and delicious. And so we're going to turn this off. And put a bunch of sauce right on top. Delicious. And it tastes excellent with pita bread. I'm not going to have any pita today because I'm just feeling kind of vegetable-y. So, that's it. Super easy. Tomatoes, spices, garlic, ginger, and onion. Super heart healthy. And I guess we better take a bite just to make sure we didn't kill anyone this time. And you don't need a pasta spoon with this too. So that's another great thing about spaghetti squash. Oh my god. Oh my god. You want some? Oh, looks so good. And you can see the garlic is, cooked but not too mushy. Just, don't taste that. Oh my god. Freaking perfect. And as good as it tastes right now, it's going to taste even better tomorrow. So, camera guy? Alright, well, thanks for joining me in the kitchen, and we will see you next time. Okay, so I had my plate, and I just forked the rest of the squash here into, soak up all the juice, and inviting everyone over for dinner to help me with this, and then they should give me plenty for the next 3 days or so. And it's winter, you like those warm and hearty foods, and while it is very warm and hearty and healthful, there's actually really not a whole lot of substance to it. So, you know, don't be afraid to give yourself a big plate or come back for seconds. But this is what it looks like. Nature's spaghetti. Wee-hoo! Enjoy!